It's Sunday the 21st of July and we're starting a little bit earlier this week with picking. We've got 11 orders in on Bricklink, and that's 213 lots in 1089 items. And then on Brickowl, I did say that I was kind of expecting some orders to come through on Brickowl, and we've ended up with 8. We've still got a pretty high active cart count, so potentially still more to come through. But if you look at the lot count on the majority of them, they're all very low volume and value orders, all very low lot counts in comparison to those on Bricklink. 42 lots in total across 8 orders, which is kind of the norm on Brickowl. They're always a bit lower, a bit smaller in value. We've got one on eBay as well, and I have already picked the first batch, so we'll just show you what those are before I crack on and pack them up and then get on with the next batch. On eBay, we've got a little poly bag going out. On Bricklink, we've got a decent order here for all completely red parts, 1x1s, 1x2s, 1x4s, 1x6s, 2x bricks, etc. And then we've got a little set of legs for a minifigure there. And then these are things from the Technic sort, just from last week. Some Technic parts going out, and some of the hoses that are listed as well. Some of those, there's 3 hoses there at £1 each, and another hose that was £2. So you know, they can mount up and be worth something. This also came out of the Technic batch that was in there, and someone's bought that. Again, not high value, but it's generated an order. And another little order for minifig parts here, some torsos, hair pieces, and a couple of heads. And then a Harry Potter torso going out there, and more small parts orders going out. An order for 44 2x2 white bricks, more Technic parts going out there. And then the same here, more Technic stuff. And then here, oddly, more Technic, but these are all new items, so weren't part of the sort that we did last week. So that's the first batch. I always work typically with the smaller orders first, as you probably know if you watch the channel. So we'll get this lot packed away and move on to the next batch, which will probably have some slightly larger lot counts in them. Well, I've made a little bit of a blunder because I forgot to record the rest of the orders, and unfortunately they've all been manifested and sent off. So we actually had 23 orders going out today, and yeah, I'm really sorry for those. If anyone who wanted to, you know, kind of see their order going through, it was the larger orders that we missed as well. And I must admit there was a couple of things I did want to show, including an item that sold for about £18, which was nice. But you know, it's one of them things, and hopefully we'll have more to show you throughout the rest of the week. We've got a new listing on Brickseller Hub, which is really nice. Based in South Yorkshire. We've got over 160,000 new parts and instructions, etc. Lots of storage bins, really useful drawers, etc. And lots of nice pictures included. So some interesting storage solutions there, and some really useful drawers and things. And hopefully, you know, that is a nice little store for someone to make an offer against. Currently asking £6,120. Be interesting to see how this one goes. I spent the remainder of Monday sorting out more of the Technic stuff and creating a new XML file, which I've not uploaded as yet. I'll probably add to this throughout the day and put it up later today. Now, a couple of things have happened overnight. One is this new site that I've seen called What the Fig, which has been shown on the Bricklink worldwide buyers and sellers page. And the idea is that you would upload a minifig, you would upload your inventory file, and it would tell you what minifigs you've got that are buildable, which is something I've wanted for years, to be honest. The problem for me is I can't get it to work. Now, I just showed you it working. That was with the provided sample file, and that works fine, and you saw a result just like I just saw, which shows you some minifigs. But if I try and add an XML file, let's try and choose a smaller one. It'll say it's thinking, and then it just seems to give up. Now, whether that's because the file sizes that they're dealing with are just too big, who knows, but that is something of a problem, obviously, that I've reported back, and we'll see what the developer has to say about it. But very promising site, and would be great if and when it works. Something to keep an eye out for. And this is a great thing about the Lego community, is all of these tools and resources that people build up over time. Now, on to this morning's orders, and we've got a few orders going out today. So on Bricklink, we've got a couple of minifig parts going out, then a small order there for a couple of bits and pieces, 18 4x4 plates going out, then another parts order including 100 trans orange 1x2 slopes, and then another smaller order, and then a better order here for a penguin minifig, some capes, and other minifig parts, a whole bunch of wheels there as well. And then another small order came in overnight. So we'll get those packed up and off to the post office. Got to drop my wife off at the train station this morning, going into town with the granddaughter, etc. And then I'll get back, and not sure just what I'm going to do next, but we'll figure that out when I get back. Well, I have got a result from the site, and it's really quite good, actually. It seems really finicky as to whether it's going to work or not, and maybe that's the volume of people trying it, etc. But I've got a ton of minifigs that I can make up. Now, the majority of them that I've found have been typical kind of city minifigs, etc. But, you know, there are a few things in here that I can make up. Some Harry Potter stuff, and here we've got some collectible minifigs as well. And so I've actually pulled some out, and I've made up 5 of these shipwreck survivors to get listed. Now, whether I'll list them on eBay or Bricklink, I'm not sure yet. One thing that you do note, there's a Harry Potter one, for instance, is that the same parts will show in multiple minifigs. So you can't necessarily build all of these minifigs, because you will find that you know, once you've used one part, especially where it's maybe, you know, a used part, that you might have one of, this doesn't tell you how many quantity you've got or anything like that. So it could be that you use that part here and that's used in many of the other figs as well. So you do have to be a little bit careful with what you're doing. And there's a little Batman fig that I could build there as well. Now, you've also got to be careful, because this is a mix of new and used parts. So you need to think about, you know, do you want to use the new parts? You'd have to declare it as a used minifig, because you've got some used parts in there. So you've got to check whether it's going to be viable. Price wise, whether to just leave the parts in there, let the parts sell over time, or whether to build the actual minifigs up. In the case of the shipwreck guy here, for instance, I happen to have a ton of the parts, so it's a way for me to kind of split the way that I'm selling them. So I'll sell some as whole figures and some as parts. So it just gives me a broader scope of what I'm selling. So yeah, lots in here. Now here I am getting to minifigs where I'm actually missing a part, which isn't much use to me now. So it's telling me here you've got all the parts to make this figure except the torso. Now it's taken me a long time before I've got down to those kind of figs. If I go back up to, where am I? Right, I go back up to here, then you see this must be the end of where I've got complete figs, and there's a few in there that might be worth building. So looks a really good addition to you know, the arsenal of tools that we have as sellers. So definitely want to check out. Well, it's time for some more single set part outs, and this time it's 76382 Hogwarts Moment Transfiguration class, and we'll get this one parted out and added to the store. I think the minifigs are even sort of still in here in this particular case. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I keep tripping myself up trying to get the things out of the box with one hand, which is an absolute nightmare, and I'm terrified of spilling them all over the place, so I'm going to stop there. But as you can see, yeah, the minifigs still in there. You can still see minifig parts. So anyway, we'll get this lot added to the store, and it'll just be another little tidy up operation done and out of the way, and we'll add a few lots to the store, no doubt. Well, as you'll no doubt know, Bricklink is down for some substantial maintenance, a really long period of about 7 hours downtime, which indicates that something pretty major is going on in the background. Really interested to see what it's all about. Hopefully we'll learn more tomorrow when it comes back, whether they're implementing something new, whether it's security measures, whether it's, you know, just back-end stuff. Who knows, but hopefully we'll know a little bit more in the morning. Well, everything's back up and running. Came up last night about 11 o'clock UK time, I think. No obvious signs of change that I can see, but that doesn't mean to say that changes haven't occurred under the hood, etc. And I'm not sure if we'll ever find out what was being done, but as long as everything's up and running and working okay, then all is good. Now, as for today, obviously Bricklink being down, probably meant that there wasn't a lot of orders going through. We've got one parts order on Brickowl. We've got a Minecraft skeleton going out on eBay, and then we've got an order here on Bricklink, which came in late last night, just after it opened up again. And this is about 50 something lots. There's all sorts in here. There's an electric cable and lots of parts and a few minifig bits and pieces as well. So I'm going to get this lot packed up, and then I'm off for my Wednesday trip to the gym, and then we'll get back and we'll look at what we're going to do. I'm really procrastinating, if I'm honest, this week. I really need to get back to sorting and you know, building up some of the categories again, and I may do some of that when I get back. I could also do with getting over to the container, but that's probably going to be a struggle today, but we'll see if we can get there this week. So here I am, getting ready. Well, not getting ready, I've been sorting for about 20-30 minutes or so. Pretty slow going. You know, just all of my categories are really low, as you can see, so I need to get these all filled up. I do have a few bags of bits and pieces that I could be parting out, but I thought I'll just stand and have an hour at this and see how far we get. So we'll give it a while longer and see how far down the tub we can get. So I ended up sorting through about half of the tub, and there was nothing really of any interest except for this, and my eyes sort of popped out my head a little bit when I saw it. And for those of you who don't know, this dark blue arch has a fairly high price. So this, looking at it on Bricklink recently, second-hand ones have sold for over £11 each. Now I've only got one, but they're selling there. There's only one listed at the moment at about £9. A new one is £20. God knows how long that one's been listed for. But I think, you know, it would be easy to get £10 for this, I would think. So that was a nice little find, and it's actually in really good condition as well, for a used part that comes out of a tub of bulk, that is. So yeah, that was nice. Unfortunately, everything else that I've sorted through so far is just sort of regular everyday stuff. That's great for building up the categories, but nothing special, nothing super interesting. It's Thursday afternoon, and I missed most of the day, to be honest, working on the store, because I had to take Mrs. Brickarina off to a hospital appointment, and that meant that I was out for quite a few hours, and I've just picked this lot when I've come back. So I thought I'd show you what I have got going out as usual. On eBay, we've got a Jurassic World Owen Grady minifig, and that sparked off another one selling as well, and neither of those had sold for a while. So as is often the case on eBay, you sell one and then you start to see others going out as well. We've got a Gru going out, and then some Technic parts going out on the next order, along with a few in here as well. Largest order of the day was this, about 30 something lots, mostly sort of weapons and accessories in good quantities. So I suspect that they are, I don't know, using them in custom builds or something like that. And then another small parts orders, and a couple more here as well. You know, nothing really to comment on. You can see just a couple of bricks in there, and then we've got this little dark tan helmet, and some transparent light bars in there. so that is it for orders. I have just had an order come in, which is a small order I placed, and this was as a result of the remember yesterday I showed you a new site called What the Fig, and realized by using that site that I had a bunch of parts that would make up a Star Wars figure, and all I was missing was the legs. So I've ordered in some legs and some guns from Brick Nation Toys, who's another Bricklink seller, good guy, well worth using if you're looking for anything. And then in here I've got a whole load of the torsos, and then I think down here we've got helmets. So we've got helmets, torsos, I've got heads somewhere else, and then I've got the legs now, and the guns to make up those figures. And the idea is I'm probably going to throw them on eBay, but I've got enough to make up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 13 of them. So I'll make a bunch up, try them on eBay and see how we get on. We've just had a donation on Ko-fi, which I want to thank Chris for. Chris says he's a fan of the channel and has been enjoying the post for quite some time, and is close to launching his own store, and wanted to reach out and ask a couple of questions, which I've been very happy to answer, sent him a response, and hopefully put him on the right tracks with what he was asking, which was all about Brickstore and Bricklink and how to upload, update, and all of that good stuff. So I hope that was useful for you, Chris, if you're watching, and if not, do reach out to me again, and I'll see if I can help you further. It's Friday morning, and funnily there are no orders whatsoever come in on Bricklink, Brickowl or eBay this morning. So a super quiet day. Already been out, been to the gym, etc., and I've come back and I'm trying to figure out what to do. And I have still got the half tub of used bulk on my desk, which you can see over there, and can't really face that at the moment. So I'm falling back to parting out more of these odd individual new sets that I've got. Just want to get them sort of into the store, and you know, continue to clear up space that I've got, and just generally tidying up loose ends around the store. So gonna crack on with these now. I was debating whether to keep these or not, or at least this particular one, which is in pretty good condition for a 1999 set. There are none listed on Bricklink at the moment, but I don't imagine they have massive appeal. The last one I saw sold for like $10. And if I look at the part out value of these, they're £15, so it doesn't seem to make any sense. I think trying to sell one of these would just sit there for ages and would take a good while to sell, whereas I think the parts will be likely to sell pretty easily, especially some bands that I think are in there. This particular bag here is just a set that was without a box. If I can get into it at all, which I am really struggling with. This is the Spider-Man No Way Home 76195, so just one of those to part out as well. As we've said many times, it's a pain parting out one, but it needs to be done, unfortunately, when that's all you've got and you're not going to be getting any more of them. So I'll crack on, see what I can get done today with this kind of stuff, and see what we can get added to the store to increase that ever-growing lot count. I've decided that it's probably worth listing this on eBay, this part of it, because bag one makes up the Vulture complete with the wings and the engines and everything else. But they will need the instruction book and the sticker sheet with that. But I think it's worthwhile putting that on eBay and saving me parting it out.